While some members of Congress or state and local politicians or members of advocacy groups read or listen to partial and oftentimes inaccurate media reporting on some alleged incident at an airport, in a courthouse, or at a border crossing, and assume the men and women of DHS are intentionally abusing innocent individuals while they break or ignore, that is to say, while my people are breaking and ignoring U.S. law. They make the assumption that my people are doing it wrong, as opposed to making the assumption that my people are doing it right, working within the law based on their training and just who they are as Americans. Today, when I retired from the Marine Corps 45 years and more ago, for too long, the men and women of my department have been political pawns. They've been asked to do more with less and less and less. In many ways, similar to the treatment suffered by our law enforcement over the past few years, they are often ridiculed and insulted by public officials and frequently convicted in the court of public opinion on unfounded allegations testified to by street lawyers and street spokespersons. If lawmakers do not like the laws that we enforce, that we are charged to enforce, that we are sworn to enforce, then they should have the courage and the skill to change those laws. Otherwise, they should shut up and support the men and women on the front lines. My people to be offered another full-time job, particularly in the government. I certainly didn't want to. My people have been discouraged from doing their jobs for nearly a decade, disabled by pointless bureaucracy and political meddling, and suffered disrespect and contempt by public officials who have no idea what it means to serve. During my confirmation process and in hearings, members of Congress, the press, and other public officials frequently asked me about the morale problems the department has experienced over the last few years. My response has simply been, when you discourage, when you disable, when you unjustly criticize and default to believing the initial reports as opposed to defaulting to believing the stories told by my professionals, when you do all of those things and show disrespect to the individual who's risking his or her life to defend the country, when you do those things, what do you expect? Didn't like the bureaucracy, but here I am today.